tremendous job this season with that aspect of the game.
They're holding teams to 32% from the floor. That is second best in the conference. And the opening tap is controlled by the Tar Heels.
And Tiara Ruffin-Pratt, the senior this year, running the point guard, really adding to her point production this year because of it.
Roll had to kick it back out around the perimeter. First shot of the game, up and good. Zelina McDaniel.
Well, Ruffin-Pratt, she has really gotten really good offensively, being able to score from anywhere on the floor for Carolina.
Barrett breaking the pressure for NC State. Coming off a loss Sunday at Wake Forest, 69-56. They've lost 2 in a row, 3-3 in their last 6.
Kelly Harper said their team was really exhausted mentally after really giving Duke a great fight.
Burke out of the corner. We get some contact and a foul against North Carolina.
Well, that's good. NC State really has to be deliberate in terms of their attack of the rim and really challenge the lateral defensive speed of North Carolina.
McDaniel picking up her first personal foul. And a three-pointer to get it started for the Wolfpack.
Well, that's what they need. They need that energy and effort from everyone.
Aisha Goodwin-Coleman will run it up for the Pack. Out of the corner, another three. This is Barrett. And the rebound pulled down by Zelina McDaniel. Ruffin-Pratt, front rim. Goodwin-Coleman. Kastanek, hesitation. Barrett keeps it alive. Ball bounces out of bounds and will stay with the Wolfpack.
Well, North Carolina, they want to take quick shots. Tiara Ruffin-Pratt, she came down, didn't make a pass, and pulled up to shoot it. NC State, they really have to get back defensively and be ready to guard.
Keisha Gatling, wearing number 34, is a junior college transfer, her first year in the program. Barrett tried to drive. It was stripped away there by Brittany Roundtree, and then a foul.
Well, you can't reach in. You have to sprint back as a defender. Turn around at half court and find your person.
Crystal Barrett with her first personal. Opening minutes of play from Raleigh, North Carolina. And Reynolds Coliseum, a building that opened in the late 40s and has seen so many historic moments in college sports straight away. Waltia Roll.
Well, Waltia Roll, she's not just going to kill you on the block. She has a soft touch from the high post. And it looks like NC State was in a boxing one on Ruffin-Pratt there.
Burke misses, long rebound, tracked down to the corner. Ross. Ruffin-Pratt tried to dump it low. Roundtree had it deflected by Kastanek. Ball is loose and Kastanek comes up with it.
Fantastic defense by Kastanek. Rotated right to the ball, straight up and down, stayed in her cylinder, no contact.
Burke couldn't handle the entry pass, taken away, and run up by Ruffin-Pratt quickly into the corner. That's a shot from the corner. Roundtree, it rattles around and drops for a three.
Well, Brittany Roundtree, she had 6 threes in North Carolina's win over Georgetown. She is capable to stop and pop just like that. You got to be ready with the hand up.
Gatling the miss, out of bounds, and it stays with the Wolfpack. We watched Brittany Roundtree in the ACC tournament last year. First round game against Clemson, knocked down 7 3-pointers for her career high. What an exciting tournament it was last year in Greensboro.
It was spectacular. North Carolina lost by 1 in the second game. So it was tough out for them, and I think that's what kept them out of the NCAA tournament.
On the weak side, North Carolina comes away with it. Roundtree will pull it up. Quick passing inside. Off the glass and good. McDaniel now with 4.
McDaniel really used a lot of poise on that play to finish. She collected herself nicely.
North Carolina losing to Georgia Tech by a single point, as Christie referenced. There's the runner by Goodwin-Coleman. That's old school at the old barn.
That is old school. She went over the right hand on the left side also and got it to go.
Deflected out of bounds. It'll go to NC State. Zelina McDaniel, who already has 4 points, 4 times the ACC Rookie of the Week, and she leads freshmen in scoring, rebounding, and steals, almost 3 steals per game.
Well, she's second on the team in scoring with just under 13 points a game and 8 rebounds.
Good win, Coleman inside to Burke.
Nice finish in the paint. Paint points for UNC. It's pretty balanced, UNC and NC State inside scoring.
A 2-point game. And Ruby Tuesday, full court pressure from North Carolina, and leading by 2.
Man-to-man press there by UNC, really trying to dictate with their defense.
Hill ball situation, it will stay with NC State, so far winning the rebounding battle as well.
Well, North Carolina is second in the country in steals, so that just goes to prove their effort and attention to detail on that side of the floor.
They lead the conference in blocks, over 6 per game. Second best in field goal defensive percentage. Eli turned aside. Number 10, Ashley Eli in there for NC State. Shot clock down to 5. Here is Burke. In the lane, pops out.
Now Burke was just a little off balance there. Been the most consistent player for the Wolfpack this season.
Roundtree has that range outside the 20-foot 9-inch arc. That one a little bit closer right there. Great ball movement. Waltia Roll with the finish.
Well, Ruffin Pratt at 6'1" really has a great visual gauge in terms of getting the ball to her teammates.
Out of bounds and back to North Carolina.
And good post players know if you move, the guards will find you. You get to where you can be productive, the guards will put it in your hands. Ruffin Pratt, fantastic job.
Tierra Ruffin Pratt yet to score in the game, but does lead this team over 14 points per game, and she's got the basketball. And a lot of attention as well. Turnover. Pack on the run. Barrett trying to do it herself with the fake and the contact. No, it was a travel by Barrett. Back to North Carolina.
Well, that's when you have to get low on that stop. You want to throw that head fake, but you can't stand straight up and do it because your momentum is going to carry you into that travel.
Kelly Harper, 4th year on the bench for NC State. 61 and 54, her overall record. Her first year in 2010 took them to the championship game against Duke in the ACC tournament.
And what a tenacious player she was at Tennessee for Pat Summitt, the floor general. She was a coach on the floor for Summitt, and now she's a coach on the sideline for the Wolfpack.
So there was a foul on North Carolina against Tierra Ruffin Pratt, her first. Brittany Roundtree will leave the game for North Carolina.
So North Carolina loves to face guard in their man-to-man press. That makes it tough. You want to go long, but they try to bait you into throwing that long pass, and they steal it.
Kelly Harper's team pulling off an upset for the ages of the ACC tournament. Never had a number 9 seed defeated a number 1 seed. It happened in the second round last year in Greensboro as they beat Duke, and I had the privilege to call that game. What an emotional moment at the ACC tournament. Dumped inside to Burke, blocked. Waltia Roll had the block, held ball back to North Carolina.
Well, Waltia Roll, her height, yes, is an advantage, but you have to have great timing in order to get that block clean like that.
210 blocks for her career, 4th best in North Carolina school history for Waltia Roll.
That's because of that timing.
6'6" helps as well.
Absolutely. It helps a little bit. 2-3 zone right here by NC State.
Buckland, wearing number 3 for North Carolina, is in the game. That deflected away. Here's Kastanek trying to thread the needle to Barrett. Stripped away. And then a foul. Lanique Brown ran into Coleman. So first on Brown.
It was nice hands inside to divert the fast break finish.
North Carolina basketball leading by 4. 13:38 to go here in the first half of the ACC Digital Network. Brought to you by Ruby Tuesday. Tom Wormy along with ACC legend Christy Winter-Scott from Maryland back in the day. Not too long ago, Christy Winter-Scott.
A couple minutes ago, that's all.
A couple of ACC championships on your resume as well. And you played on this floor also here at Reynolds Coliseum.
I did. I remember a couple of spots out here.
Yes, you pointed that out immediately to me as soon as you came in the gym. Some great memories for Christy Winter-Scott and her Maryland Terrapin teammates here at Reynolds Coliseum against NC State over the years. Three-pointer from Brown. And taken down by Danielle Butts.
NC State going to this zone, really trying to contain the lane. North Carolina was able to get some paint points early.
Buckland for three. Taken by Kastanek. Always seems to be around the basketball. Wide-eyed as she brings it up. Picked up the dribble and was in trouble there for a moment.
That's why you have to keep your dribble.
North Carolina almost had a turnover there. In fact, it was because they're going to reset the shot clock.
Change in possession.
Three-pointer, Kastanek.
Well, you were talking about how she was wide-eyed. One of her eyes has a shiner on it. Ran into Haley Peters in the Duke game and still has the shiner to prove that she was in a fight that night.
Had 11 points in the most recent game Sunday at Wake Forest and made both of her three-point attempts in that one. Now has 199 for her career. One away from 200 threes for Marissa Kastanek. North Carolina wants a three. They still have it. And Danielle Butts gets her first basket of the game.
Well, that's what Kelly Harper is talking about. You can't just have one person boxing out. It has to be a collective effort. Great pass as Gatling finishes on the connection.
Buckland. North Carolina will work it around. They are 15-1, ranked 11th in the nation. Quick turnaround. Roll missed. Brown. Williams. Offensive foul as Buckland had the position outside of that restricted area.
Got that shot clock violation. That's what coaches love.
Tierra Ruffin-Pratt, also from Virginia, Alexandria, Virginia. She's got the ball for North Carolina.
Ruffin-Pratt went to T.C. Williams.
She wants a three, a little bit off the mark. Her teammates try to keep it alive. A couple of players go to the deck. Held ball situation, it will go to the Wolfpack.
I remember seeing Tierra Ruffin-Pratt playing at T.C. Williams as an 8th grader. She played on the JV team, and the score was something like 46-20. She had 35 points in that game as an 8th grader playing against 10th graders. So always been a bright future ahead for her, and it's great to see her as a senior and healthy this season. She's had shoulder issues in the past, back problems, but she's back 100% this season.
She has not scored in the game, only averaged about 7 points per game last year, up over 14 this year to lead North Carolina, but again, she is not on the box score yet, as State will keep that basketball.
Well, everything runs through Ruffin-Pratt this season.
Kastanek on the inbounds. This is Barrett for NC State, looking for its first conference win of the season. So far 0-3. Shot clock again down to 3 now. Kastanek out of bounds, and it was off North Carolina, but there's only 2 on the shot clock.
Well, now you have to look to get a great screen. It's got to be a clean pass for a quick shot.
Goodwin Coleman on the inbounds. Sylvia Hatchell, 27th season on the bench for North Carolina, just a couple of wins away from 900. Oh, Kastanek again for 3, number 200 for her career.
A great screen for a clean pass and an excellent 3 by Kastanek.
Couple of three-point baskets, and she leads the way for NC State with 6 points. And now it's a 4-point lead for the Wolfpack.
This zone by NC State has really done a fantastic job of containing North Carolina as they get a steal.
Barrett trying to work against Roundtree. Kastanek in space.
Oh, that was a sweet move. The head fake and then up over the outstretch Ruffin Pratt as Ruffin Pratt finds Roll inside for the finish. Nicely done.
That is now 6 for Waltia Roll. And she leads the scoring for North Carolina. Goodwin Coleman, front rim. Up ahead, Roundtree. Missed the layup.
Goodwin Coleman did just enough to distract.
She tried to hit Cody Burke, flashing through the paint, couldn't connect. Buckland. McDaniel got it.
Looked like McDaniel dragged that pivot foot, but got that shot up.
6 points for McDaniel. 14 points, 8 rebounds in the win against Virginia Tech on Sunday for McDaniel in 37 minutes of action. She has started 14 games. Every game she's played in, she started this year for North Carolina.
What a fantastic addition to the Tar Heels lineup.
Gatling had it taken away. Tierra Ruffin Pratt gave it off. Blocked from behind by Kastanek, but it's going to be free throws for with C. Vivian Stringer from Rutgers for the active career lead. 894 wins.
And Rutgers just lost in overtime to Louisville, so the last couple of games have eluded Vivian Stringer.
And they have to play Notre Dame on Saturday
They
too,
do.
so that's going to be tough for her to get another win. That ball's going to go back to North Carolina.
Well, Jody Conrad and Pat Summitt are the other coaches who have eclipsed that, so what great pioneers for the game of women's basketball.
621 wins here on the bench for North Carolina for Sylvia Hatchell. We cross the 6-minute mark here in the first half. NC State and North Carolina, one of the oldest rivalries in ACC women's basketball. Out of the corner, Brown on the weak side. Barrett on the run. Ruffin Pratt cuts her off.
Smart decision by Barrett.
Evans got tangled up with Buckland. Barrett cranks up a three and misses. Ball out of bounds. Staying with the Wolfpack.
Well, Barrett had to wait for Evans to get off the floor so she could have an extra rebounder so she can launch that shot. It's all about timing.
Kiana Evans wearing number 52 in white and red for NC State into the game. Brown on the inbounds. Roll guards it. That's off of Roll. So we'll try it again with 5:31 to go in the first half, and the Wolfpack up by 1.
Well, Brown was running out of time and had to throw it off the ankle of Roll.
Brown. Roll grabbed the rebound. Ruffin Pratt pulls up. And that her first basket of the game late here in the first half.
Well, that was a nice, smooth jump shot. She had her eyes on the rim the entire time she was handling the basketball. 14
points in that win against Virginia Tech on Sunday. 48-45 for North Carolina to stay perfect in conference play at 3-0. Kastanek is the cutter.
Well, North Carolina, their defense allowed the front cut, and that's what gave Kastanek the easy look there.
She's into double figures with 10. Roll down low, tough to defend.
Well, Roll is keeping herself active against that zone, not sitting behind the defenders, but continuing to move into the gaps.
She's got 8 and gives North Carolina the lead, 22-21. Back and forth we go. North Carolina won both of the meetings between these two teams last year. In fact, the Tar Heels have won 21 of the last 25 against NC State. Steele. Coleman. And Barrett bumped her on the way up.
The whistle came a little late, but that's the correct call.
It's going to be the second on Crystal Barrett. North Carolina right around 40% shooting here in the first half as Kastanek comes back in. She's got a couple of three-point baskets and 10 points. Roll from the free throw line.
Well, Roll is in full form this evening, leading Carolina in scoring, but that high post shot is really pretty to watch from her.
This is Burke with the answer. How about that?
Post players battling from the high post tonight.
NC State about 38% as a team shooting here in the first half. Coleman, before she could drop it off to roll, she traveled back to the pack.
It looked like NC State went back to their zone, so they may be alternating, trying to throw North Carolina out of rhythm offensively. They went back to their 2-3 zone on that possession.
Maisha Goodwin-Coleman walks it up for NC State. 11 turnovers for the pack, trailing by 2. Eli, little scoop shot, got blocked. Roll was there. Also India Bryant. Here's Coleman slashing to the glass. Maybe deserved better than that as Kastanek had the box out and corralled it.
That was textbook in terms of boxing out. Beautifully done by Kastanek.
Marissa Kastanek, the leading scorer for the pack here in the first half with 10. Burke along the baseline.
She has just added so many different aspects to her game. She has more range on her shot. Her ball handling ability is much stronger. She's more confident with it.
She can block shots too. Third
Absolutely.
best in the conference, 1.8 per game. Shot clock goes inside of 10. Johnson tried to step in, lost the handle out of bounds. It'll stay with the Tar Heels.
Well, they're set up in that same lob play.
Ruffin Pratt. Goodwin-Coleman showing off the handles with
Yes,
the
she
behind the
did.
back dribble. Tries to drop it inside to Burke. Awkward shot, didn't get the bounce. Followed by Gatling.
Gatling shoots 56% from the floor, and that's why. She gets her nose in there on the offensive glass.
The miss from Ruffin Pratt, out of bounds. It'll be Wolfpack basketball. And a 2-point lead for NC State, 1:35 to go here in the first half.
Defense isn't overrated in terms of winning games, but hustle is understated when it comes to winning games. Those little chippy plays. You know, if it comes down to a 1-point possession at the end of the game, you look back at plays like that.
That may very well happen as we've gone back and forth. These teams very closely matched. Burke, 3.
She only shoots 27% on the season, but pulled that one. A contested 3 for Burke. Can't say enough about her.
Burke into double figures for the 7th straight game and 14th time this year. She's got 12. Final minute of the first half. Roll, fed it nicely inside to the cutting Danielle Butts, and she's got 4. Just when this Reynolds Coliseum crowd was really starting to get into it, it's Wolfpack still leading 31-28. Gatling with position, taken down by North Carolina and India Bryant. Final 24 seconds. Ruffin Pratt will get the instruction from head coach Sylvia Hatchell. Final 10 seconds of the first half. Ruffin Pratt working off a screen to the basket. Offensive foul.